let's freaking go. Everybody, we are out at Squirrel Lake in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is a 12-hole course, so no excuses to not watch the whole video, guys. Watch the whole video. We only got 12 holes. I just got done filming a sidearm tutorial video, just kind of talking about the sidearm as a tool in your bag. And now I'm going to play a sidearm only round to see if I can take some of the tips that I shared with you guys in that video and end up having a good round. So let's get into it. All right, so hole number one here, I'm actually going to throw the diamond, because this is a pretty hard dog leg left. So I'm gonna throw the diamond on a little bit of a hyzer, and because it is a -3-1, it's gonna pop up to flat, and flap its way down to the left. So check this out. Nice. So it's pretty crazy seeing a sidearm go that drastically left. Being someone who predominantly threw sidearm when I first started playing, I had to learn a lot of what my discs could do. And knowing that you can buy an understable disc, throw it out on a hyzer, like the diamond, and it will go hard left is crazy. And it's a tool that a lot of people don't think about, but you can also do it backhand. And the fact that you can add that shot to your bag is really, really cool here. I hit a tree on this one, but as you guys can see, we're right down by the river, and we've given ourselves a good look to get up to the basket. Now obviously, I'm not putting with putters here. We're just doing sidearm. Ugh, putting is gonna suck. Should I do that? Is that pointless? There's no real point in that. Let's just say that when I get within the circle, I can putt. Otherwise, I'm throwing sidearm, because the goal is to show you guys that you can get to the basket. Nobody's gonna ever putt sidearm, you know what I mean? Like, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show you that you can make shots work with your sidearm. So we're gonna throw a sidearm here up to the basket and then put it in. That's one way to do it. Now for this shot, I want to do a hyzer flip with a sidearm, okay? But I don't want it to be as drastic as with the diamond. So I'm gonna throw the stag here, a little bit of hyzer on the right side. It's gonna flip up to flat, float a little left, and then end up right, if I can do it correctly. So that shot was actually really good. I just threw it a little bit low. If I'd given it about 10 more feet in the air, maybe 5 or so, it would have panned out to the left and then came back to the right. But either way, I got around the corner that I wanted to, giving me an approach to the basket. So I needed to get up and around that one a little bit to the left to give us a look at birdie, but we can still end up with a par right there. That'll give us par. Oh, you're joking. Guys, that disc was on an ace run, man. So the disc landed right here and it hit these leaves right here. So if you look up at these leaves, right below it, basket. Shoot. Wow, really? Close. All right, so we tapped that in for a par. So after 3 holes, we're still even with only throwing sidearms off the tee and approaching. This next hole should be pretty fun. It's a cool little S-curve. We'll see if we can take advantage of some of the flight paths that you can get with understable sidearms. And I might throw a couple just to show you guys what's possible here. All right, so I'm gonna start off throwing the stag, see if we can have it flip up to flat. go a little bit left, and then come back right. Oh my goodness. That was beautiful. I didn't even have to throw another one. I want to walk y'all down this hole so you can see what we just did, okay? So, as you can see from the fairway, it goes a little bit to the right, which generally after it goes right, it goes left, and normally you would throw a backhand on that type of shot. And then as you can see up here, it ends up turning right as well. So the thing with the backhand is that once it starts going left, it's going to go left, otherwise it'll go really far right, like a hyzer flip or something. That was a really bad way to explain it. The only way that you can achieve a shot shape like this on this hole is pretty much with a sidearm. Because a lot of times hyzer flips happen very quickly, and it just doesn't work with that. But my goodness gracious, if I didn't park this shot, I want to show y'all again. So right here from the corner, as you come back around the corner, you work your way up to the basket, okay? So the hole went a little bit right, and then left, and then back right. And we threw a sidearm, and we parked it. We absolutely parked the hole by throwing the stag on a hyzer flip. Whew, such a pretty shot. So this hole goes straight and then right just a little bit, and then kind of straight again, or left a little. So you don't want to throw too overstable of a disc. You actually want to throw more of a stable disc. Have it get around the corner and then not just dive to the right. You want it to go as straight as far as possible. It didn't, I threw it a little bit too high, so it started moving like I didn't want to, but we are up around the corner, which is good. All right, that'll give us a look at par. All right, so this shot's pretty scary. I'm gonna have to trust that it's not gonna go OB to the right. So I'm still gonna throw the same shot, just make sure to give it enough heat so that it comes back left. All right, so I thought that might happen. I was too scared of going out of bounds, so I didn't throw it on enough hyzer to let it flip up and coast left. So it caught a really sharp edge and then rolled out of bounds. So that really sucks. Wow, that was really good. So I took a felon there, threw it probably 50% effort, and it just had a beautiful S-curve on it up to the basket. Hopefully giving me a look for 4 here, which will bring us back to even, sadly, after going out of bounds there. trying to go left, which is crazy. It was possible with that disc. I just released it on the wrong angle, surprisingly enough, but right there through the felon. And I feel like we had a bid at the basket, so we're probably, yeah, we're about 15 to the side. So this will still give us 1 over. So that means we'll be even. Now this next hole I threw on in my sidearm tip video, and it I have an opportunity to birdie this. I birdied it a couple times when I was practicing over there. I think it's probably plays about 325 or so, downhill than uphill. I'm gonna throw probably the Sampo here, let it stand up to flat, and then make its way towards the basket, or I'm gonna throw the Escape. I'm not sure yet. I might throw the Escape actually. I decided to go with the Sampo. through. Oh. We kind of have a look. I went a little bit too far left, so I didn't give it enough hyzer at the beginning because that one's pretty beat in, and so I can hyzer flip it really well. So I just didn't give it enough hyzer. Wow. All right. So that'll be par. That'll work. All right. Back to 1 under. I'm gonna throw the Sampo here again. Throw it out on a hyzer, try and flip it up to flat, and then hopefully have it coast a little bit down left, down towards the basket. Oh, wow. That was actually really bad. For me at least, it's pretty difficult to find a freaking acorns. To find a sidearm disc that will go almost perfectly straight, like for its entire flight, like you can get a lot of backhand discs to do with a putter or whatever. It's difficult for me with sidearm. So this hole being just long and straight is difficult. I just said difficult like 15 times. What are you doing, dude? But there was an opportunity to kind of start on the right side of the fairway, work my way to the left, and then settle down, which would have translated to almost straight, but instead we're over here on the right. All right, that'll work. So I threw the diamond there as an approach, just because it's extremely understable and it can hold that anhyzer line around the trees there. And then as it starts to lose speed, it's gonna come back to the right. So got us in a good spot there, good position to save the par. So this is obviously just a straight sidearm shot, but that isn't too fun, is it? So I'm gonna go for a flex shot with the new Lucid Sheriff. Very high speed driver. Generally a more stable to understable disc, but it's new. It's the blue plastic, which is more overstable for some reason. So I'm gonna flex this down there. We want it to go left and then right. So I actually didn't flex that one enough, but we're still down around the corner. We should have a look for birdie there. So I threw the escape there, and I actually did what I told you guys not to do, which was I wanted the disc to go straight and then right, so I threw it with hyzer. I shouldn't have done that. I should have thrown it straight and let it go to the right. Thankfully, looks like we hit a tree and got a really good roll actually, which will be able to give us a birdie. But that's one of my biggest tips for throwing sidearm, is letting the disc do what it's designed to do. Know what your disc does, know what it was made to do, and throw it straight, knowing what it'll do. And then obviously you just change your direction of straight, whether that's like straight north or a little northeast and a little northwest, whatever it may be. And then letting the disc do what it does. So throw it flat and straight, and it'll do what it's designed to do. All right, so I'm gonna throw the Sampo here on a little bit of a hyzer. Let it go up somewhat flat and then kind of coast down to the right so that it gets maximum distance once it gets around the corner. Almost didn't miss my line by that much. All right, so this is the perfect time to do a flex forehand with our beat-in felon here. Let's freaking go. Did you see that? That was a huge throw in. Down to 3 under. Come on, baby. Guys. That was freaking ridiculous, dude. Did y'all see the line that thing took? Gosh, I love sidearms so much. Like, You can't do that with a backhand from that location. You can't do what I just did with a backhand from that location. You can't do it. It's not possible. Look at this. I mean, unless you're a lefty. Come on now. Let's go, 3 under. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna throw the stag here on a hyzer flip and have it go left, and honestly probably get some pretty good distance out of it. Well, see, I wanted to get good distance out of it, I just didn't hit my line. So that was actually gonna be really good. I just aimed more towards the middle of the fairway instead of the right to let it do its thing. But we can just do the same flex shot that I pretty much threw just a second ago with the Felon and give us a look at par. All right, that should be good. All right, guys. Solid round, sidearm only. Ended up shooting 3 under with a solid throw in over there. And some other really good shots. Hope you guys were able to learn a little bit. Hope you all enjoyed today's episode. See you on the next one. Love you guys. Let's keep growing the sport.